Thank you for joining us for this episode of Who Does She Think She Is? Audacious financial journeys with tremendous Black women. I'm Mele, 30-year bank exec that you wish has always been your friend. Who does she think she is? I'm Mele, and thank you for joining me for this solo episode of Who Does She Think She Is? Today, we're going to talk about, and I'm going to speak directly to, the over 300,000 Black women in our nation that have recently been laid off or experienced job loss exiting the workforce at a higher clip, at the highest clip since the pandemic. Between February and July of 2025, more than 300,000 women of color, primarily Black women, have lost their job. We need to have a real conversation about what that means for us as Black women and for our families, but even more importantly, for your stability financially and your mental health. Well women, whole women, are wealthy women. The two cannot exist without one another. And so I'm going to cover the do's and don'ts in this moment right now. Throughout my 30-year career, I have been laid off 3 times. 3 times. 2 of those instances, I was a single mother. The 3rd instance, I got laid off with my position being eliminated on the same Friday as my husband. Real talk. I know fear. I know panic. I know stress and the burden of financially providing in an economy that doesn't seem to be on your side. So these do's and don'ts are not fluttery things to print or to talk about lightly. It's real and it's baked in executive level expertise, financial executive leadership, and risk mitigation. Being a Black woman in America who is educated and hardworking and deserves prosperity just like everybody else. So let's do this. The do's and the don'ts. What would you like first? How about the don'ts? Let's start there. That's grounding and real for all of us, right? Okay. The don'ts. Please do not isolate. Mass layoffs like this are nothing to be ashamed of, and they're not your fault. One of the things that we often do as strong women is close up and close off. And when we need help or when we are going through something, the first thing we do is often not to seek out support or to be in community. It's to do the opposite because we don't want to burden others, because we might feel ashamed. We might feel doubtful about the future. And sometimes it feels safest to sit alone and process. Don't isolate. Talk to somebody, anybody. Just talk about it. Talk to your screen about it. Watch podcasts, call a friend, engage with a stranger, but talk about it. It's healing and it's necessary. It's external processing. And we do that very well. So don't stop and isolate. In a time when that external processing can work wonders on the psyche and the self-esteem. I used to catch the bus a lot and the train to commute into the office, and conversations with strangers, just in passing, can be very soul-nourishing. Try it. Try it. That was number 1. Number 2, if you were fortunate enough to get a severance package, do not, and I repeat, do not blow that money. Do not dive right in and spend it on something, a vacation, a personal treat for yourself, an experience for the family. Do not do that right away. Don't. I'm not saying don't ever. I'm saying do not take that severance and immediately turn around and spend it on some big luxury or some big purchase, even if it's an important one. I need you to pause, okay? Just pause for a moment. Let the dust settle. No big decisions, no big spends. You need perspective and context, okay? The next thing is don't rush into decisions. Don't dive right back into the workforce and apply for 100 different jobs that looked exactly like the job that you got laid off of that you hated. Don't do that. Yes, you need a plan. Yes, you need money. What you don't need is to resume and return to a similar environment that may have been toxic for you, or underpaying you, or underutilizing you, or just altogether not a good fit. So do not rush back into the workforce and immediately start applying for jobs that are just like the one that you escaped from. I know your gut reaction is to start bringing in revenue. I understand. I do. And I'll address that in the do's list. But do not run right back in to the arms of a toxic and abusive partner, environment, or employer. You're not that desperate. I promise. Next, don't. I have to breathe through each of these because it's very triggering. Listen, we're talking my friends, my family, my community, and myself 3 times throughout my career. This is real. I don't take it lightly. And I have nothing but respect for you in this journey. The final one is, don't you dare miss this blessing. Don't you dare. Don't you dare glaze over the opportunity that has been created, whatever that opportunity is. When a door closes, another one opens. You know the saying. Well, it can be even better than that. Don't miss the blessing of opportunity that this has created for you. Even if you were separated from a role that you did love, that you did enjoy, felt whole by, and have a whole career built around. We are in a new, evolving, and adapting economy. This is not the highlight of our economic position as a nation or as a household or as a person. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we are not living in the era where you hold a job for 40, 50 years anymore. We are living, functioning, and breathing in a gig economy, also known as consulting or 1099 employment, or side projects, side hustles. You can have more than one career. You can have, and many of us already do, more than one job that pays well. There are options. Don't you dare. Yes, I'm returning to my final don't. Don't you dare miss the blessing and the opportunity that this creates. Ready to move on to the do's? I know it's hard to transition. We have to get right with what's happening and understand why it's happening and how we can navigate in this moment and show up for ourselves in the way that we need it, for others, and for our household, our families, our responsibilities. So let's get into the do's, because this is the part that gets to be even more soul nourishing and joyful. Okay? All right. Do. Do. Do, do, do. Like I said, the opposite of isolation is talking, communicating, connecting. Talk it out. Do talk about it. Do not be ashamed. Talk about it. Find a group. There are groups out there. Find on Facebook, on multiple platforms, there's groups that are engaging. If you go to a coffee shop or a community center or even a library, I promise you, you are not the only person there looking for work, researching, skill building. There are others. 300,000 sisters have been laid off. You are not the only one. I wasn't the only one. We're never the only one. Talk it out. Talk about it. Number 2, hold space and make time for this moment. Hold space and make time for this moment. Talked about not rushing. That pressure might be coming from multiple directions. When we make decisions in a rush, they are very rarely the right ones. Hold space and time for this moment. Create it, make it for you. That might mean taking turns and having someone watch the kids, or let the house be be a little messier than usual. Save the laundry for later. Listen to an audiobook. Sit in this moment long enough so that you understand full scope. This is the third do feel all the feelings. You have earned the right. You're human. We have emotions. Please don't let anybody tell you, oh, I'm saying a don't. Okay, do. This is a do, Mele, not a don't. Do. Feel the range of feelings. This is a grieving process. For those of you who've experienced a grieving process before, the loss of a loved one, divorce, you have been separated from work before. There's a number of times that grieving comes into play in our lives. And this is one of those moments. There is anger, there's frustration, there's disappointment, sorrow, confusion. There are all of these feelings, a range of feelings. And let's be honest, as women, we got feelings. We experience the full scope, the full spectrum of emotion, and it is okay. Now, I'm not saying take it out on anybody. Please don't pin that on me. I am saying if you've successfully created space and time to sit in this moment, you are making room to feel all the feelings, and that is normal, and it's a part of the healing process. And you get to feel all the feelings. You get to ask yourself questions. You get to be angry about the loss of something that you've worked so hard to achieve. You get to be sad. You get to miss your friends. Maybe call them and talk to them, right? Do number one, talk it out. They're going through it with you too. You get to explore these feelings, and these feelings, all right, this is the most valuable part of the feelings. Your feelings are data points. You might not be able to understand right away what those data points are telling you. So the next do is to write it down. Write it all down. If you're angry, instead of projecting on others, document that anger. Why you're angry, what you're angry about, write it down. If you're sad and confused, you may be confused because you showed up and did all of the things. You delivered to expectation. You didn't miss deadlines. You were ahead of the curve. You were saving the organization time and money and capacity, and you were changing the landscape of your industry and field in the exact way that they sought you out for. It's okay to be confused. What changed? Write it down. If you are relieved, if you are exhausted, write down how you feel and why you feel that way. Because in those notes, you will find so many lessons and opportunities and gifts to help pave the way for your future. Feelings are data points. And those data points tell a story on what your experience truly was. Sometimes when we're working and functioning in the moment, even if we are highly successful, we might not see or pay much attention or pay much mind to what is troubling us, bothering us, slowing us down, not working for us. We are so focused, we just keep on moving forward. So talking it out is huge. Creating space and time to sit with this moment is critical. Feeling all the feelings, you've earned the right, and it's human. And then documenting why you're feeling that way and what those feelings are being caused by, triggered by, the heart of those feelings, that's data for you and for others. That data is quite valuable. The next do is to seek counsel. That's different from talking it out. I can talk it out with a stranger at a bus stop, and boy, do I feel good afterwards. Do you not love chatty older folks that don't have a single thing to do but would love to talk about your problem? Try it. You might surprise yourself. So listen, that's different from seeking counsel. Do seek counsel. Do seek a professional. Maybe it is a therapist. Maybe there is more deeply baked in trauma, right? While you've got benefits for 30 days, if you've got benefits for 30 days, you better. If they're offering free counseling services, take advantage because they're really not free. You've earned that support. If there is financial advisory that comes in a separation package and you have financial questions about what this does to your retirement and your future, seek out that counsel. Do not leave that money on the table. Don't leave that money. Oh, again, don't. Darn it. Okay. Do seek counsel. Don't leave money on the table. Fair. I should have said that, but do seek counsel. If you are being offered a severance, do talk it out. Make sure you understand and ask all the questions. Do make space to sit in the moment and process what the severance means. Is this an either or situation? Feel all the feelings. If you're looking at a severance and you do not feel satisfied, if you do not feel respected or honored, if you are looking at it and you are angry, explore and write down why, and do seek counsel. There's a lot of sisters out there that are attorneys or HR professionals that may have also been laid off or might be leading their own organizations. Seek them out and get that counsel. Find a professional that you trust to help you unpack that severance package before you sign on the dotted line. There are times when the pressure of securing income for yourself and for your family to address bills and needs feels so compelling that we might not take all the time that we've been allotted to process the offer in front of us. Seek that counsel. Ensure at least 24 hours or more to process the information and the contract that's been placed in front of you. It's an opportunity to make a good decision, which leads me to the next do. Do see the opportunity and embrace the blessing that this presents. What's next for you? What do you want to be next? What is most compelling in your life? What do you value? Has the role that you've stepped away from and been separated from been as fulfilling and mission aligned and value aligned as you needed it to be? Only you can answer that question. This is an opportunity for you to step forward authentically with alignment on what matters most to you and in a way that may better suit your lifestyle and your beliefs. Your skill set is transferable. I don't care what you are doing. Your skill set is transferable. And the last do, lock in, stay grounded in your authentic values, identity, and truth. For many of us, our careers have branded us, have been a part of our identity. But really, it's not. Your skill set, your strengths, your unique abilities, and your core values, that's your identity. No one else gives you an identity but you. You choose you. And this is your chance. This is your chance to course correct or reframe and align everything in your world and ground it in what you value most and who you are. Consider this a Control-Alt-Delete, and you're pressing the buttons and writing the new code. Build a code that works for you because you're the one that matters. Well, women drive radical wealth and prosperity. I believe in you, and I'm looking forward to you taking this opportunity and making it something that books are written about.